Hey everyone, Outer here with some Outer World news. Just want to give you guys some quick updates on what's going on with the nuclear crisis with Ukraine and Russia. Seems that Biden the other day, actually yesterday, had said that nuclear Armageddon risk is highest since '62 crisis. So the nuclear possibilities are now higher than the Cuban Missile Crisis. This is getting very serious very quickly, folks, and I'm doing some research right now on some of my older videos, things that I've talked about in the past, back in like 2013 and whatnot. And I've been looking into some things that we talked about before, way back when North Korea was putting us in a state of um, possibility of nuclear war. It seems that these things are being kind of pre-planned, predestined, and unfortunately, we don't have competent leaders today like we did back in 1962 that were able to see the threat of a nuclear war and what it was capable of doing to the planet and to the population itself as a whole. So, this is interesting with the way that these things are transpiring. Um, the next thing I wanted to talk about, real quickly, is this. The United States just spent $290 million on anti-radiation pills used to save lives following nuclear emergencies. So, they're preparing for a nuclear war, folks. Is it because they want this for population control? And the fact that they can deem everything a state of emergency and take complete control of all things, alleviating all freedoms, taking away all of our rights, suspending the Constitution permanently? Seems to be the New World Order is pushing forward with their authoritarian socialist agenda, kind of playing the end game here, becoming Thanos, so to speak. Sort of subliminal messaging, um, sort of like a, psychological operation. If you watch any of the Avengers movies, like Winter Soldier, how they were trying to wipe out the population, and then Thanos comes in and he wipes out half of the universe's population. This is all kind of esoteric symbology, a form of predictive programming, where they're kind of just laying the basis as for what their plans are and what is to come. You see, they try to paint Thanos as being this good person that had a good soul that had to make tough decisions. And the thing is that even though everyone tried to fight for their lives and for the right to live, they painted Thanos as being this good guy, making sacrifices for the common good. The fact of the matter is, the planet is not overpopulated, you know, as many people speculate that it is. Because, yes, cities are overpopulated because they're too congested and too compacted, but it's not the planet as a whole. Okay? The planet itself is vast with vegetation and open lands for farming. I mean, just drive through Kansas, Wyoming, drive through Oklahoma, Montana. It's nothing but open road and open fields and plenty of room. If you take everybody in the planet right now, all 7 to almost 8 billion of us, we would all fit inside of Jacksonville, Florida, with at least another foot or two to spare, if you actually do the dimensions of Jacksonville, Florida, by the square foot. Not mile, but by the square foot. You'll see that you can fit everybody in the planet right there. We are not overpopulated. Do not let them brainwash you with their Nazi socialist, Gunther Schwab based, climate change agenda 21 agenda mindset. Okay? So, anyway, it looks like things are going to turn south very quickly. I would hope not, and I don't want to see this happen. Yes, I had a dream in one of my older videos back in 2013 that I was also looking for. I found this video with the dream. And the dream that the Spirit gave me at the time was a nuclear exchange between Russia and the United States. And this was back in 2013 I had this dream, folks. So even back when Russia and the United States were actually kind of close, before Putin invaded Crimea under Obama, and things seemingly were going at a good click towards relations between us and Russia, and us and China. We were making trade agreements. The TPP was getting ready to get passed back then, the Trans-Pacific Partnership, and a couple other things that were happening at the said time. But I think that this is kind of pre-planned and predestined. Unfortunately, absolute power corrupts absolutely, and we have many authoritarian-based governing practices and systems in place right now in the United States, okay? They do it to certain types of criminals, or they do it to certain types of groups. For instance, you have, not just in the governmental sect, but also in the religious sect as well. You see, occultism and other things like that are branding practices for brainwashing. I'm all for, people having the right and freedom to religion, of course, but there is dangers with occultism, predictive programming, things that can brainwash people into believing a certain ideology or idea. These common practices are very dangerous and, unfortunately, unvetted. So we have a lot of, governmental extremists, religious extremists. We also have a lot of, other types of authoritative extremism going on within the country, but yet these groups tend to paint the patriot as the extremist now, the law-abiding citizen as the extremist now, the ones that are actually doing what they're supposed to do as the extremist now. You see, the Bible said that this would happen, okay? That what is up will become down, what's bad would become good. When lawlessness shall abound, the love of many shall grow cold, as the good word says. And it also says, and those in whom are of the same household shall turn against each other. Mother against daughter, daughter against mother, father against son, son against father, etc., etc. The world's in a state of chaos right now, okay? And as it also says in Luke, the seas and waves roaring, nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. Okay? Wars and rumors of wars. Okay? These are things that were spoken by Jesus in the Gospels. And we see the Gog and Magog war playing out right in front of our eyes. The prophesied prince of Russia is making his moves. If you studied other prophecies like the Fatima prophecy, where Russia was going to invade Europe in that prophecy and kill the last pope, and Pope Francis has been seen as the last pope, and Malachi's prophecy was that the last pope, which would be Pope Francis, to the number of what pope he was, and how he would rise to power from somebody who would step down, which was Ratzinger, Pope Benedict XVI. Okay? So, after Ratzinger stepped down and Francis took power, the people named him Peter the Roman. The Pope didn't name himself. And Malachi said that he would be adorned in white garments. He's adorned in white. Okay? So, behold a pale horse, or behold a white horse. Okay? Now, there is a lot of these things that are kind of coming together now, if you're seeing here. China's image is the red dragon. Russia is the bear. Britain is a lion. America is an eagle. Daniel spoke about these images, and these images also represent the ancient Mesopotamian Empire, Roman Empire, the Persian Empire, and Babylon. The towering image. So, the thing is here now, folks, is we need to pay attention to what's going on here, and we need to prepare ourselves, and we need to get ready now. There's no more games, no more time to play around. They just bought $290 million worth of anti-radiation pills, okay? They know something's coming. This is going to happen. They're moving nuclear pieces into play right now. North Korea's ramping up. China's ramping up. Russia's ramping up. Ukraine just bombed Russia's sacred Crimean bridge, okay? This is getting intense very quickly. And the fact that they sabotaged the pipeline, the Nord Stream 2 pipeline, okay? And this is going to get ugly, folks. Unfortunately, our leaders are too incompetent to negotiate. There is no discussion. There is no negotiating. There is no calmer heads prevailing here. Just absolute buffoons. Prideful buffoons. So, all I can say, folks, is gather up food, get survival kits, be ready, have a plan in place, be ready. Hold your loved ones close to you and spend as much quality time with them as you can. Love thy neighbor as thyself, and always remember to take care of those around you. It's good hearing from you guys. Look forward to reading your comments at the bottom. Of course, always drop a like, subscribe if you've never heard of me. And I'll see you all in the next one. God bless you all.